Hey friends, let's take a couple 4.5 by 4.5 wood planks from the Dollar Tree and make this awesome vintage Christmas wall hanging. So let's get started. So like I said, I'm taking 2 of these planks. They come in a 6-pack at the Dollar Tree. And I'm putting them on a scrap piece of wood. And I'm using my new Fiskars manual hand drill. And this is great when you just need a couple quick little holes. Instead of going out in my cold garage and using our power drill, I can just do it right here. Now I'm still fairly new at it and it's not perfect and I'm trying to figure out a good system. But what I didn't show in this video, but what I'm going to start doing is taping it down, my project down. Because soon as you start, you'll see in a minute, pressing or manually drilling the holes, once it reaches through to the bottom, it just spins around. So if I tape or secure that piece down, then it will work much better. But anyway, we got them drilled, and it's just a nice little handy appliance to have at my craft table. Like I said, for those quick, and it comes with four different sizes of drill bits, and you just manually turn it, as you can see. But like right there, it was spinning around. But I think as I tape it down, and I did tape it down on another project, so I don't know why I didn't tape this one down. So I got them drilled, and now I'm using my desktop vacuum cleaner. I got this on Amazon, and this has been so fun and such a game changer. It just cleans up all those sawdust, paint particles, little scraps, and it's perfect. Now I'm just using my mini sander and smoothing out where we drilled those holes and vacuuming up my mess again. Now I'm just going to paint both of these white chalk paint by Folk Art. And I'm just using a round foam dauber. I got both on Amazon. I get most of my supplies on Amazon, and anything that I do get on Amazon, I always link below the videos. So if you see something that you want to use, be sure and check out those links below the videos. So I'm just giving these one good coat, the sides and the top. I'm not doing the back. Now I'm just smoothing it out, make sure my strokes go all the same way. Doesn't matter too much because I'm going to sand them anyway. Got paint all over me. I'm a messy crafter. So I'm just giving those a good dry with my heat tool and setting those aside. And now I've got these teeny tiny little wooden biscuits. I think I got them on Temu. I've had them for quite a while. I know you can get them at most craft stores and online at Amazon and places. They're less than an inch. I'm guessing they're probably about 3/4 of an inch long. But I've got 12, and I'm going to paint 6 white and 6 crimson red by chalk paint by Waverly. And so I'm putting some tape on my craft mat, sticky side up, so that just holds my little tiny pieces in place while I paint them. And I'm just using a little makeup sponge that I cut into little pieces and painting those small little wood pieces. Then I can just throw those away. It's kind of handy to do it that way. I'll just quickly get these painted and dry them, and then I'll move them and do the same thing with the red. There's the crimson Waverly chalk paint I'm going to use. And I'll dry these with my heat tool as well. So now I'm going to sand all the edges and smooth out the whole plank and get those corners and edges distressed. And I'm also going to lightly sand and distress the little wood biscuit pieces too. Just wipe that off. I'm just not going crazy, just getting them lightly sanded. Then I'm going to use my Kiehl's dark sealing wax, and I will go over with a baby wipe. There, I'm using my desktop vacuum cleaner again. See how awesome it is? So I'm grabbing a wet baby wipe, and I'm going to use my Kiehl's dark sealing wax. I'll get a little bit on my wet wipe, and then I will just rub it all over the surface. Just kind of blend that in and give it that rustic vintage look that I like. Makes it look old and worn and takes away the brightness of the white. If you like that bright white, that's great. Then skip this part. I will also lightly go over each of those little red and white biscuit pieces too, just to make them blend with the whole project. But just lightly, just barely. Just kind of take away a little bit of that brightness of the white and the brightness of the red too, actually, and just make it all look more vintage-like. And I'm going to make a candy cane with these. Okay, on the one plank I didn't tell you, but I punched or drilled 2 holes at top and 2 holes on the bottom. And that will be the top plank because I'm going to have the wire hanger at the top, and then the bottom holes will connect the 2 planks. So I've got these vintage rub-on transfers. They're Santas and snowmen and sleighs and trees and things like that. And I got them on Temu, but I have some that are super similar in my cart on Amazon as well. I'll link to those. They're just almost exactly like this. And it comes with this little scraper, and you just kind of scrape it down and slowly peel up the plastic. And if when you're peeling it up, if it pulls up any of the transfer, just lay it down and keep pressing it. It will adhere it down. So I'm going to be putting the Santa Claus on top, and then I'm right now forming a candy cane shape with my little biscuits. Why do they call them biscuits? I don't know. So I'm just spreading it out a little bit bigger and making room for my last white one on the bottom. Now I'm just going to glue those in place. I'm left-handed, strictly left-handed. And so I glue with my left hand, and then I put it down with my right hand. And I'm not very coordinated with my right hand at all. But I did pretty well. I got them down. Just making sure they're all secured down in place, just making that candy cane shape. Now I'm going to use this aluminum wire I got on Amazon and kind of come up from the bottom, leave about an inch or so of wire. And I'm going to take my little needle nose and just curl that piece. And then I'll press it down flat against the board. And then I'll come up from the bottom of the other plank, hook them together, and leave about the same amount up top of the wire. Then I will do the same thing. I'll curl it down and press it flat against the board. I put them probably a 1/4 inch away from each other, about. So I did the same on the other side, pushing those down flat and just curling that last one. Making sure they hang straight and where I want them to hang. Now I'll do the same, similar at the top. I will curl this up again and press it flat against the board. Then I'm just taking a pin I had at my desk and wrapping it around about 3 times so it's not even and just hangs kind of wonky. I like that look. Come up through the other end and leave it the same amount again, probably an inch or so. Curl that one around. Press them all flat against the board. Make sure the handle hangs like I want it to. Now I just have this gingham ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby. Gonna just tie a basic shoestring bow. Put that on the center of the candy cane. And now I'm going to take some thin twine, wrap it around my fingers a few times, leave long tails and wrap one of them around the center a few times, 4 or 5 times probably. Spread out the loops, and I'm going to glue that just under the right side of wire. Just hold that and move the loops around where I want it. Excuse me, pardon me. I have these little Merry Christmas tags that I printed on craft cardstock. So I'm just cutting one out, and then I'm going to fold it and scrunch it, make it look really old and weathered. Maybe this one I don't scrunch. Sorry about that. So I just use my Tim Holtz Distress ink, go around all of it and distress it up. I'm putting that underneath the twine, and then I'm going to put another green gingham ribbon bow on top of that twine bow. Just glue that right on the center of that twine bow. And that is it. Well, almost it. I'm going to use a teeny tiny little button if I can find the right one in my bag of buttons, and put in the center of that bottom bow. And there we go. That is it. I think it turned out so cute. I am super happy with it. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. You have a whimsical day.